Hey guys, welcome to Susan Shares. Well, today we're going to talk about our biases and what those are. And that's an unusual topic, you might think, but they're a very important topic when we're dealing with relationships that we're in every day, and if you work with people, which most of us all do every single day. And biases are about us, really, and what triggers us when we're working with people. And some people might not think they have any, but all of us do. I remember when I first started this profession in counseling, I thought, I don't have any biases. Oh, that was the craziest statement in the world to make. Of course I do, because if I didn't, that would mean that I was a perfect person, and I am so far from perfect, because I tell you, as a statement of fact, I know that I'm absolutely nothing without Jesus, just nothing. And as he began to reveal to me bias as I started working with people, I just humbly went before him, and as he would take away one, and I would feel, it was just so wonderful as Jesus and I worked together about relieving a bias, then another one would pop up. It's just called being a human. And so it was so great for him to work on me that way. It's part of my spiritual journey and walk. But here's the definition. I wanted to look up what the definition of bias was in case, you wanted to know, because I certainly did. And what Webster's actually says the definition of bias is cause to feel or show inclination or prejudice for or against someone or something. And then it gives other little definitions that are helpful, like if you have a preconceived idea already of someone or something, or if you put something in a box and you already know what you think about that. So in other words, if you're thinking one way about something, perhaps if you think women all act a certain way, you think men all act a certain way. There's always jokes out there about women or about blondes or about men and how they act, or women, just using that. But if you're prejudiced a certain way, then that's a bias. And so when you're in a relationship with somebody and you put women all in one category, or if you put men all in one category, that's a bias that you might have. And so that really says more about you than them. And so we have to always be aware, God, is that more about me? And do I have a bias toward this person that I'm with? So it's more me. So God, take that away from me. And it reminds me of a scripture in Micah 6:8, because that's a biblical worldview, in my opinion, that I personally really want to be keenly aware of, where he says, live justly and humbly before my God, and show kindness. And in order to be fair, live justly, we can't hold biases. So we have to look in the mirror every day and ask God, what bias do I have? Am I holding a bias? Because that does say more about me, looking in the mirror with God, and he'll do work with you. And so in any relation, we all are in relationship. We all work with people. And so since that's the case, we all probably have a bias. Even if you didn't think you did, you do. And so it would be good to ask that question and do some work with God. And you'll find that you do, and you might be surprised at the bias that you have. But general questions and some good things like, he showed no, here's bias in a sentence, he showed no bias toward the elderly. The company made a decision without bias. Or there was bias in that decision, and so there was no unification to move forward. Or, bias is a great concept to really contemplate. So I pray that you analyze that, be pensive about it, and go to God with it, more importantly. So I hope this has been beneficial. Have a great day. Love you. Bye-bye.